Hello everybody, my name is Oleh, I'm a .NET developer, and today we are going to talk about such a pretty simple task, but quite not obvious for some developers. So we are going to use the Office.Interop, exactly Excel, to convert the legacy file formats, Excel file formats .xls, to the current one, xlsx, and using the regular approach in order to keep the formatting alongside with the Microsoft Office. So how we to figure out with this task? So first of all, we've got a bunch of mixed files, so both XLS legacy ones and xlsx ones, and we have a task to create the legacy ones to the current format. So if we order them by type, we can see that some of these files have the new type, and most of them have the legacy one. So let's start with it. So first of all, we need to create our C# application, and it will be the .NET Framework Windows Forms template. Why we choose .NET Framework instead of current .NET Core is just because the Office xlsx doesn't support the .NET Core runtime because of its COM bindings. So, and this way we will use this template. So let's create the Excel convert, and let's place it in the current Git directory. So let's do it this way. Git Excel convert, and we can put for the Windows Forms project, we can put the solution together with the project in the same directory. So here this is a checkbox. So, and let's press the create and create this application. So we're using JetBrains Rider, and the current version of the software does support the Windows Forms designer just for the Windows Forms. So we can easily access it via this menu Open Designer. So we have the designer, and there can be this loading circle, which indicates that currently project is building, and we can press this one, rebuild solution as reload the designer, in order to get it running. So wait a moment. And yeah, here we see the designer, but it's probably not so good sized. So let's add just one button in order to have the convert functionality. So we, for example, place the button here, and let's start it in order to figure out that the form has been created correctly. Probably no button. One moment. Why is it so? So just press rebuild, and let's rerun. So yeah, we see this button, and let's customize this form. So first of all, make it a bit smaller this way, and let's look through our project. So our project has the legacy.NET Framework structure, and we see all the properties and references in order which are required in order to get our project running. So okay, let's leave it currently without changes. Next, we see this assembly info.cs. So this is a file containing all the information about our assembly in the .NET Framework. So let's keep it this way, and let's look into the program CS file, which is a starting point of our program, and we just can remove this one unused references and leave this file as it is. So next, proceed to the code of our form. So let's remove the unused references. Here we already have the our form class, and let's create an event and add the functionality of the converting of these Excel files. So first of all, we need to add the method to configure our visual interface. So void configure UI, let's name it. Probably we'll disable this one in order to get more coding experience. So, and in this method we just put button1.text to configure the text in the visual interface. So it will be choose the folder with Excel files. And also we need to we will add the method with our convert functionality. So it will be a public void convert files. And let's add this method to our button. So the most easy way is to configure the on-click event. So we need to write button1 dot click plus equals, and we can specify the delegate, which will have just this method. So it will be the convert files. So, and this way we are binding this method with the convert functionality to our button. And next we need to call this configure UI method in the form constructor. So when the form launched, this method is will be called. And after that we need to proceed with the convert functionality. So first of all we need to add the Office.Interop package, and we specified the way as Office.Interop.Excel. So here it is. Also there are some packages to interact with such applications as Word, Outlook or PowerPoint, and you need to each of these applications to be installed on your machine. So in order to get this running, so we are installing this one. So, and we see the packages.config file has been added. So here is the binding of our package which we need to this functionality. After that, let's continue with writing our convert functionality. So first of all, we will do this using the folder browser dialog component. So, and we can specify it as using dialog equals new folder browser dialog. So this way. And one moment, that we are seeing here that we have an exception, we have a compile exception of this type. So if we try to rebuild this project, that user declarations are not available by default. So, but as we can know, the .NET framework does support the C#10 language level. So we have one option here to go to our CSproj file, find the property groups for build, and add one param. So we should add lang version and with value 10. So C#11 is not unluckily is not available for informs for .NET framework, but it's available for .NET Core. So, and the only way to modernize our .NET framework development will be to specify this parameter inside both of the configurations. So let's save it, and the error has disappeared. So and now we can easily continue with this action. So after that we get the result of this dialog. So result will be dialog dot show dialog. Show dialog. So this way we are getting the result of the dialog where we choose the folder, and next we need to determine if the result is correct or not. So we can do it with the condition of result if result is not dialog result okay, which means that everything was okay and the user has selected the folder, and string dot is now empty or white space. We need to check it against dialog dot selected path. So selected path is the property which contains the path which the user has selected. So, and if one of those conditions is not met, we should return and do not proceed with any logic after that. Next, we have to create an application of the Excel, which we are going to call. So var Excel will be new application. So application we have in forms, and application is we have such a difficult case here. So if we specify this way as application, we see just the Windows Forms application. So we can use the namespace of the Excel application. So it will be Microsoft.Office.Interop and .Excel application. So we are creating not the instance of this class from the program CS, but we create the instance of the Excel application which we need. After that, we need to select all files in the legacy files in the folder which has been specified by user. So we can do it by searching across the files in the directory. So we can write this way all files, and here we have the method directory system.io directory dot get files, and we need to specify some arguments for this method. So the first one will be dialog.selected path. Next will be the search pattern. So it will be wildcard.xls, and we need to provide the options for the recursive search. So we either can specify the top directory only, but if we can have the case of the nested directories, we should specify this one, so which enables us to do a recursive search. But we have one moment with this pattern that this one includes both. So both it will be dot xls, and while the xlsx starting with xls, so it will be also this extension which we have to omit in order to not get our current format files to be converted one more time. So and which can and this can lead to potential exception. So to omit the .xlsx files from our search, we need to do one more thing. So we can do xls files and it will equal all files dot where file does not end with exact extension of xlsx, and we can do this as a list, this result. Next, we need to convert each of these files found, and we, as we have it as a list, we can do it in a modern way. So xls files dot for each, and next we will provide file and the now convert function. So the convert function will be that first of all we need to open this file. So var workbook equals excel dot workbooks dot open and the file. So the file is the path of our current file in this for each iteration. So next we need to alter the path of the new file. So new file path, which will be path, and we have such useful method as change extension. So we just take in the current path and just modify the extension of the current file to the extension which we need. So we need .xlsx, so it will be the first step. Right after that we need to convert the entire content of this workbook as workbook.saveas, because we are overwriting the legacy workbooks with the current format ones xlsx. So workbook save as. Next we need to provide the file name, which will be the new file path, and file format, which will be the Excel file format. Dot we need to provide the open XML workbook, so it will be this one. So this is an equivalent of the .xlsx file in the Office.Excel.Interop package. So this one. After that we can easily close the workbook.close, and after that we need to delete the source file, so which we do not need anymore. So we can do this just by doing file in the system IO namespace dot delete and provide the file argument, so this one. And after that when we will be done with all these files, we need just to quit the Excel application. So do not forget this in order to get the Excel properly disposed after you finish the work with it. And we can just show the some user interface in order to notify the user that the conversion has been successful or not. So in this case we show that all. Next we need to provide the count of these files to be converted, so xls files dot count files converted. And next we should do a bit of some refactoring. So first of all we convert this to verbatim interpolation. Next we can we can take this one and one moment, why is not refactoring? Extract method, and convert file. Let's be it one. Let's be it a separate method with some generic parameter. Maybe this way. And so here we see that we have reach and just the converting file. So this way. And while we have such probably double namespace, and so better to leave this one, this declaration, because if we need another function where we should use the Excel file, the Excel application, so it's better to leave the declaration as it is, but better to alter this name to, for example, Excel application, in order to be it more precise. So this way. And after that, we can just apply the privacy modifiers, and also to make this verbatim and make this method, of course, static, because they are not needing any parameters. So this one, convert files, and yeah, and remove this not used anymore reference. So, and one more step which we have probably forgotten, that we need to take into account the case when there can be some kind of exception. So we should put this logic into try, and if we have some kind of exception, we should provide the user with some message in this way. So message box show, and let's do it this way. So first of all, it will be exception dot message, because we are making it for the application user, so not just debugging application dot message. Next, for example, we can do some caption. Exception occurred. And also we can specify, for example, the message box buttons, and specify the kind of icon this way. So for example, it will be error, and let's update this way our success case, which we have here. So it will be the message, conversion success. No, so it will have this one message box buttons okay, and the icon of the information. So, and here we can go and test our application. So we can run it just in the debug mode. For any case it can possibly happen, and to see which way it will behave. So we have this form. Next, we will choose the files which are located on the drive C.Excel files, some Excel files, and let's proceed with the conversion. And as we can see, all 46 .xls files were converted this way, and let's go to the directory to ensure that everything looks great. And as far as we can see, all the files have been converted to the new format instead of the legacy one. So when we try to sort them out by type, so there are no other type in the directory here. So, and this way we've got all of the bunch of these files. So it can be not 50 items, but for example 500 items converted just in a few seconds. So, and this way we can have this task done. So Probably this video should be useful for you. So please please comment it if you have any ideas, and have a nice day. Bye bye.